Hello, I'm Chef Evelyn, and welcome to Evelyn's Midtown Kitchen. I'm going to share with you a green smoothie that I make every morning. I like to run first thing in the morning, and I have this green smoothie right after because it's delicious, it's super healthy, and it's power packed with nutrients and benefits that help me repair my body. So let me get started. So what I'm going to have in here, I have my herbs. I have some parsley and some cilantro. And I have some kale. And I'll talk to you in a minute about how I pack my parsley, cilantro, and kale. And then I also put a green apple, whole lemon, celery, frozen fruit, mango, which is my favorite, and medjool dates for sweetness and good fiber, and spirulina, which is a very healthy algae. So I'll tell you more as we go through. So I like to put as much of my fruit and vegetables in here as possible. So I simply cut my apple around the core, if you can see a little bit. So I cut it around the core. I have a few more pieces. It only takes about maybe 10 minutes to prepare. I drop the whole apple in there. I love it. And you would think I just squoze the lemon juice in here, but I actually put the entire lemon in my smoothie, but not the skin because that's bitter. So what I do is I cut the top off like so, both ends. So you see I've cut off both ends. And I take my knife and I simply cut around until all the skin is gone. So I'm gonna kind of cut in a curve around, cutting all the bitterness off of the lemon. And honestly, a lot of the nutrients and benefits come in the skin, but honestly, I just don't want that bitterness in my morning smoothie. And this is enough to act as like an astringent for my body. It helps keep my system clean. So I drop that entire thing in there. And when I make my smoothie, even though I have a very powerful Vitamix, I like to put the harder stuff in at the bottom just so it's easier to open and to make smooth, like because it's a smoothie. So right now I have my dates. So I have one. And it really, honestly, how many dates you might ask to put in here, it depends on how I feel that day. If I want a little more sweetness, I'll put 4 dates. Usually it's about 2 or 3, but I feel since I'm dressed in green today, I can put 4 dates. Always get the medjool dates. They're just juicier and sweeter. You see how nice and big and juicy that is? They're just much nicer, I feel. So usually lately I've been putting 4 dates in there. That's the sugar I get every day, so that's what I do. All right, so my celery. Use as many organic vegetables as possible. So this is organic celery from the grocery store. And I put about 2 stalks in there. And really you can just break it, drop it in there. And you want to get organic. Obviously it has less pesticides. And you always want to, as soon as you bring your vegetables home, you always want to pack them in their container and put them in the refrigerator. So I wash them immediately after I get them home. For my celery, I cut the ends off and I wash the entire thing, and I add a little paper towel in there to retain the moisture because it helps your vegetables stay fresher longer in the refrigerator. Okay, so I got my celery, and really let me put my mango in there, and honestly I just drop it however I feel, like with the dates. If I want to put another little piece of mango, I'll drop that in there. Boop. All right. So let's talk about packing. You see how I packed my celery, and then this is my frozen fruit. So I got these nice containers from the store, and besides just leaving the frozen fruit in the plastic bag that it comes in from the grocery store, immediately after I bring it home, I take it out of the plastic bag and I put it into this nice container in my freezer. It just helps me stay more organized, and it helps me see how much fruit I have left, because in the past I've kind of forgotten about my fruit if I left it in the bag and I didn't know how much was left and it got old and really gross. But with this nice container, I can see what I have and I don't waste my frozen fruit because that's precious stuff. And with packing, let me show you. So these are some other containers that I purchased, and they're really great for keeping your vegetables fresh. So as soon as I bring my kale home, this is my favorite type of kale. It's called Lincento kale or Tuscan kale. I love it because it has a very smooth texture. It's not as bitter as curly kale, and it's super green and super healthy. So depending on how you feel, I'll put the whole thing in or just the green part. But I keep it stored like this so my kale stays fresher longer. This piece of paper towel will absorb the moisture and it'll just retain the freshness. So again, I might take it off of the stem and do that. Or I might want some more nutrients and more fiber in my juice, and I'll just put the whole thing in there. Just throw the stem in there. And then if I feel, I'll just put some more kale. So again, I'll just nicely put this nice little paper towel back on top and seal it with the box, seal the box, right? As I'm supposed to. And my vegetables stay fresh. And I do the same thing with my herbs. So in this box, I have triple washed and cleaned some cilantro, which is excellent it's an excellent astringent, fiber, freshness in your smoothie. So I'll just put like a little handful of cilantro in here. And then under the cilantro, I packed some parsley. Parsley does the same thing. I mean, if you have any digestion fiber problems, if you know, those type of problems, these two will get you together. They will get you straight and you will be healthy and your body will love you for it. Your body won't work as hard to digest the food. And my favorite here is to put about 1/4 of a teaspoon or more of spirulina. Spirulina is an algae. It's grown in other parts of the world. This is organic spirulina. It has so many benefits. Like I said, I love to go run. I run a long time first thing in the morning. And when I'm done, my body needs to repair. The spirulina helps with that. Spirulina also helps with digestion. It helps maintain your immune system. Spirulina has so many benefits. And I tell you, they had some spirulina at the grocery store. They were only selling it by the pound. Normally you can get like a little bit out of the jar in the bulk food section and just buy whatever you need at the time. But I chose to invest in a whole pound of spirulina. It's gonna last me a long time, but I knew it was a worthy investment because I could put in all my smoothies throughout the summer, and it's just gonna boost my immunities and improve my health. I forgot one key ingredient. One second. My next key ingredient is coconut water. Coconut water has 1,000,000,001 benefits in it too, and I just love it. I always get the pure organic coconut water, no sugar added, just pure coconut water. And what I do with all the stuff I have in here, I pour it in until it comes to about 1 inch or so from the bottom. That way I know I have enough. And I like to get my jar ready. So I have it in this nice mason jar. And so we are ready to blend. Okay, and you really want to try to invest in a good blender. If you can't get a Vitamix, there are other blenders on the market. But the key to a good smoothie is that it actually turns into a smoothie. Okay, so let's get this started. So let's see how this goes. I like to give it a little bit of a taste because, this is not an exact measure, but I want it to taste good when I drink it. Let's do a little. That's delicious. So it should be a little tangy, a little sweet, fresh, and delicious. And this is what I drink probably at least 3 to 5 times a week. So just pour that in there. I got a few solid pieces, but that won't hurt me. All right, and I have my fun smoothie straws right here. And this is my morning delight. Until next time, this is Evelyn Stokes, Chef Evelyn, and I will see you next time in Evelyn's Midtown Kitchen. Bye-bye.